New year, new wish, Syracuse Common Council.
And though two of our guests are familiar faces, they are 5th District Councilor Jimmy Monto and new Common Council President, former Councilor at Large Rita Paniagua. Thank you so much for both of you for being here. We want to get right into a topic that has just come across us in the newsroom. So Syracuse's new mayor, Syracuse's new police chief, both want to suspend the residency requirement for Syracuse police officers. What are your feelings about that? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think it will help recruit more police officers to the force?
So right now, I believe that the classes that we're putting through are the numbers, in those classes range between 20, 30 people. But then we have all of these other police officers and people in the force that are retiring. So we're seeing the problem that it's like an empty bucket. It's a bucket with a hole that it just empties out. So we're not really accomplishing the numbers that we actually do need in the force.
So you'd be in favor of it?
I would.
How about you, Jimmy?
Yeah, I think, if you look at it I look at it broadly, and I think, the new mayor, new administration, we have to come up with some new ideas. So I think, Sharon is a broad thinker. I don't think this is going to be the only change she wants to make. So there will be people for it, people against it. But, in a package of big changes, let's try new things. We have to do something new.
So, Rita, I want to ask you this one. You're now in a new position as council president. I'm curious how you see council working with new mayor Sharon Owens, because let's be honest, last year there was a bit of friction between council and Mayor Walsh. So how do you see the relationship?
So right now we're actually working very hard on that relationship. We are meeting very frequently so that we can build that bridge where we are all, we need to remember that there's only one Syracuse and we're all the same team. So it's Team Syracuse, right? Yeah. So we are working very hard to make that happen. We are working with, for instance, I'll give you a couple of examples. There's going to be a task force where the mayor will bring whoever she deems appropriate, and then the council will bring the financial chair for the city and the team under that committee.
So collaborative there, no real surprises, budget time.
And figuring out, before budget, so that it's not presented to us in a way that then is we're surprised by anything. Because we'll know ahead and we'll be more informed to make the decisions we need to make.
Already you're moving forward with changes.
Yes.
And Jimmy, one change you want to make is to remove flock cameras from the city of Syracuse. What is the status of that, and how difficult will that be?
We're almost there. I think I think we're going to make that happen. As you know, I've been pretty public with a dislike of how they have their business practices, and I'll just say that about them. But I think we're going to make some changes there, and make Syracuse safe for everybody.
There is, and this is partially because of your ascension to president, you leave a bit of years left on your councilor at large
2
term.
years,
So,
yes.
2 years. So there is an open seat right now.
Yes.
How do you guys see that playing out? Do you appoint right away? Do you let this play out? Like, what's kind of the thought process of how this would be, where we get somebody to fill that councilor?
So right now we're started a process. In our last regular meeting, we announced the vacancy. So we have people the interested people in Syracuse that want to put their name in the hat, as we call it. We're receiving resumes and their letters until the 26th. Then those come to council, and at that point, there's another process that starts there, where we vet all of that, and each councilor can vote for their two favorites in the group, and we move from there. That then goes to the clerk, and then there's an open process. But at this point, yes.
We're required, the council by charter is required to appoint, but it doesn't say when. So, I have been in favor of kind of waiting and letting this political and the election process play out before we make that decision. I'll say this, in the locally and obviously nationally, there's just a lot of excitement around holding public office. We're seeing more people put their names and faces forward for these positions than anywhere else. If you look at the county ledge, look at the city council. So I want to be respectful of that, and I'd love to hear the people speak. If there's a moment right now where power to the people, right? The electorate wants to be heard, so I'm all for hearing them.
All right, I'd like to hear from both of you now. What's on your bucket list for 2026? What are your priorities for the Syracuse Common Council for the city of Syracuse?
Well, definitely housing is one of the priorities for this, for the mayor's office and the council, making sure that we can provide quality of life in our communities, safety. All of those things are always in the top of our list. I think that there are initiatives right now that certainly are moving the needle that way. But these things take a lot of time. And then there's a lot of the funding gaps. And so we're trying to figure those out.
Yeah, and I think we talk about those all together, public safety, housing, and the levels of poverty that we have, and they all go together, right? Those are not three separate issues. Those are three issues that are very tightly intertwined with each other. And we're seeing moves towards that. We talked about making moves in the police department, a new chief, a new mayor. So we're happy to see that. But with housing, listen, we need to build. We need to build. We need to develop. We need vacant land to become places for people to live. And from a safety standpoint, we need everybody safe. That means everybody. That means Americans that have been here for 51 years like me and Americans that just got here seeking refuge. We need to take care of everybody. So that's on my bucket list.
Great to catch up with you both. Hopefully we'll do this again relatively soon.
We hope
Appreciate
so.
it.
Thank you for having us.
Thanks.
Download the WSYR Plus app on your TV to stream News Channel 9 for free. Just go to your smart TV, search WSYR Plus in the App Store, and download to start streaming today.